Now who's your favorite uncle in the deen? Giving the see-hi every time he's on the scene. My rock a Kufi t-shirt and some jeans. The podcast is in effect, yeah I mean. Hear ye, Taslim when you see me. Kick back, detach and scratch. Relax your mind, let your akal free. Be down with the sound of AYYTP. AYYTP, yeah you know me. I'm Yum, the podcast, the hockest what we broadcast. Dawa to your ear, hot and ready like a DoorDash. Or Uber Eats, lab mushkilab, my treat, cool. Now who's your favorite uncle in the deen? Giving the see-hi every time he's on the scene. My rock a Kufi t-shirt and some jeans. The podcast is in effect, yeah I mean. Random topics, you stop, watch, we clock it. On to the next, what's poppin'? Red and Baka. Some vital issue, take it personal, then it is you. Just make dua to Allah that He fix you. Whomever He guides, none can lead astray. But if He don't, there's no way, not today. Last not least, the Muslim head shake. It's time to rise up awake. Our Ummah's at stake, y'all. Now who's your favorite uncle in the deen? Giving the see-hi every time he's on the scene. My rock a Kufi t-shirt and some jeans. The podcast is in effect, yeah I mean. Now who's your favorite uncle in the deen? Giving the see-hi every time he's on the scene. My rock a Kufi t-shirt and some jeans. The podcast is in effect, yeah I mean. Hear ye, Taslim when you see me. Kick back, detach and scratch. Relax your mind, let your akal free. Be down with the sound of AYYTP. AYYTP, yeah you know me. I'm Yum, the podcast, the hockest what we broadcast. Dawa to your ear, hot and ready like a DoorDash. Or Uber Eats, lab mushkilab, my treat, cool. Now who's your favorite uncle in the deen? Giving the see-hi every time he's on the scene. My rock a Kufi t-shirt and some jeans. The podcast is in effect, yeah I mean. Random topics, you stop, watch, we clock. Red and Baka. Some vital issue, take it personal, then it is you. Just make dua to Allah that He fix whoever He guides, none can lead astray. But if He don't, there's no way, not today. Last not least, the Muslim head shake. It's time to rise up awake. Our Ummah's at stake, y'all. Now who's your favorite uncle in the deen? Giving the see-hi every time he's on the scene. My rock a Kufi t-shirt and some jeans. The podcast is in effect, yeah I mean. Now who's your favorite uncle in the deen? Giving the see-hi every time he's on the scene. My rock a Kufi t-shirt and some jeans. The podcast is in effect, yeah I mean. Hear ye, Taslim when you see me. Kick back, detach and scratch. Relax your mind, let your akal free. Be down with the sound of AYYTP. AYYTP, yeah you know me. I'm Yum, the podcast, the hockest what we broadcast. Dawa to your ear, hot and ready like a DoorDash. Or Uber Eats, lab mushkilab, my treat, cool. Now who's your favorite uncle in the deen? Giving the see-hi every time he's on the scene. My rock a Kufi t-shirt and some jeans. The podcast is in effect, yeah I mean. Random topics, you stop, watch, we clock it. On to the next, what's poppin'? Red and Baka. Some vital issue, take it personal, then it is you. Just make dua to Allah that He fix you. Whomever He guides, none can lead astray. But if He don't, there's no way, not today. Last not least, the Muslim head shake. It's time to rise up awake. Our Ummah's at stake, y'all. Now who's your favorite uncle in the deen? Giving the siha every time he's on the scene. My Raka Kufi t-shirt and some jeans. The podcast is in effect, yeah, I mean. Now who's your favorite uncle in the deen? Giving the siha every time he's on the scene. My Raka Kufi t-shirt and some jeans. The podcast is in effect, yeah, I mean. Hear ye, Taslim when you see me. Kick back, detach and scratch. Relax your mind, let your akal free. Be down with the sound of AYYTP. AYYTP, yeah, you know me. I'm Yum, the podcast, the hawk is what we broadcast. Dawah to your ear, hot and ready like a DoorDash. Or Uber Eats, lab mushkilab, my treat, cool. Now who's your favorite uncle in the deen? Giving the siha every time he's on the scene. My Raka Kufi t-shirt and some jeans. The podcast is in effect, yeah, I mean. Random topics, you stop, watch, we clock it. On to the next, what's poppin'? Red and Baka. Some vital issue, take it personal, then it is you. Just make dua to Allah that He fix you. Whomever He guides, none can lead astray. But if He don't, there's no way, not today. Last not least, the Muslim head shake. It's time to rise up awake. Our Ummah's at stake, y'all. Now who's your favorite uncle in the deen? Giving the siha every time he's on the scene. My Raka Kufi t-shirt and some jeans. The podcast is in effect, yeah, I mean. Now who's your favorite uncle in the deen? Giving the siha every time he's on the scene. My Raka Kufi t-shirt and some jeans. The podcast is in effect, yeah, I mean. Hear ye, Taslim when you see me. Kick back, detach and scratch. Relax your mind, let your akal free. Be down with the sound of AYYTP. AYYTP, yeah, you know me. I'm Yum, the podcast, the hawk is what we broadcast. Dawah to your ear, hot and ready like a DoorDash. Or Uber Eats, lab mushkilab, my treat, cool. Now who's your favorite uncle in the deen? Giving the siha every time he's on the scene. My Raka Kufi t-shirt and some jeans. The podcast is in effect, yeah, I mean. Random topics, you stop, watch, we clock it. On to the next, what's poppin'? Red and Baka. Some vital issue, take it personal, then it is you. Just make dua to Allah that He fix you. Whomever He guides, none can lead astray. But if He don't, there's no way, not today. Last not least, the Muslim head shake. It's time to rise up awake. Our Ummah's at stake, y'all. Now who's your favorite uncle in the deen? Giving the siha every time he's on the scene. My Raka Kufi t-shirt and some jeans. The podcast is in effect, yeah, I mean. Now who's your favorite uncle in the deen? Giving the siha every time he's on the scene. My Raka Kufi t-shirt and some jeans. The podcast is in effect, yeah, I mean. Hear ye, Taslim when you see me. Kick back, detach and scratch. Relax your mind, let your akal free. Be down with the sound of AYYTP. AYYTP, yeah, you know me. I'm Yum, the podcast, the hawk is what we broadcast. Dawah to your ear, hot and ready like a DoorDash. Or Uber Eats, lab mushkilab, my treat, cool. Now who's your favorite uncle in the deen? Giving the siha every time he's on the scene. My Raka Kufi t-shirt and some jeans. The podcast is in effect, yeah, I mean. Random topics, you stop, watch, we clock it. On to the next, what's poppin'? Red and Baka. Some vital issue, take it personal, then it is you. Just make dua.
Oh, dang.
Still freeze.
What
Main
happened
camera.
here? What happened here? Everything is a freeze. What's going on?
Click the
Can change the camera. See if that one works. Yeah, that one works.
Nope. Oh
So
man.
what's the cancel it?
Yeah, no, I have to do something right now. Salam alaikum, everybody. Just give us a few minutes.
They probably can hear us, right?
Unplug. They can hear us. Unplug. This is the one, right?
The Ecam? Yeah. Let's see if it reads it. There you go. It's moving, huh?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's what it was.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
He was like, let's shut it down. Like, no, I'm not going to shut it down. That's what happened with technology, man.
Ahlan wa sahlan. Welcome to Amu Yum Yum, the podcast where we seek to cure the kufr infected by injecting the Islamic perspective. I am your host, Amu Siddiq, Amu Yum Yum. And we have with us again the Amu you love to hate, Amu Yusuf.
Very nice. You're saying that and we have a disclaimer.
Yeah, he disclaims over my face.
Right. All the time. Hey, let's read it first because last time we forgot. I know y'all can read it, but it's time I have to say this. The opinion of Amu Yum Yum, the podcast, is based on Islam. Our intentions are to be correct. However, we may not always be right. Others may different concept, but these are
ours.
Yes.
So, to the one viewer. No, I'm just kidding.
One viewer?
I don't know.
Oh, to the one viewer?
I don't know.
To the many viewers?
To the thousands around the world. To the millions.
To the millions.
Even the babies are watching.
Yeah. Baby's watching too.
The baby said, "I'm on yum yum."
Yeah.
Anyway, so we
Random.
Yeah. Okay. Random today. We always start with random. Okay. Just to wet the palate, loosen up. Okay. Random is Burger King.
Yeah.
The Burger King controversy.
It was in Twitter controversy.
Yeah.
From UK Burger King.
Yeah, UK Burger King.
I said Burger King.
I said Burger.
I said Burger.
Burger.
I think the Berber people from Morocco get mad upset.
They get mad. They wear like a thing.
No, they don't.
Yeah, it's like an ash.
The Berber?
Yeah. When I was in Morocco, I saw them.
Let me Google this.
They wear like it's like a dark. It might be a tatter. I don't know what.
You know, some Bedouin needs to have tattoos.
Yeah, they need to stop. Anyway, so I will never watch this podcast again.
Yes.
So anyway, so Burger King trying to be pro women, which is always dangerous.
Yep.
Trying to be pro women, thought to start a campaign of having women join more of the culinary arts, as chefs.
Yeah.
Right?
You know what was the tweet about? It says women belong in the kitchen. I love that. Yeah. I love that tweet.
The tweet was women belong in the kitchen.
And I agree.
Now check it out. Yes, that's why y'all don't like him. Y'all don't like me.
Hey, I agree, man.
Wait, hold on. Don't like me.
It's a beautiful thing, man. I'm telling you. It's a beautiful thing.
Check this out. So, if I was the campaign manager, I would have said, make the tweet, women belong in the kitchen also. Or women belong in the kitchen too, TOO. See, that makes it not look exclusively for women if you're doing a campaign.
Yeah.
But they put women belong in the kitchen, Burger King. You know? And that was the post. So the problem is people got outraged. What do you mean women belong in the kitchen? Women belong in the workplace.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
Burger King say, no, hold your
horses.
Your blimey horses.
Yes.
Hold your
Camels.
blimey horses.
Yeah.
We meant that women should become chefs and culinary artists.
Yeah, and work in Burger King.
Yeah, whatever.
And work in Burger King. So be at the kitchen, but at Burger King flipping burgers.
Yeah. So what happened was when they made the correction or the clarification that they meant women joining the culinary arts, becoming chefs, then the people said, "Oh, okay, everything's okay." See, the wording from the tweet was not to their liking. They said, okay, everything's okay, cool, okay. But, so, brother from Muslim Skeptic, Daniel Hakikaju, he says, when they thought they wanted women in the kitchen cooking for their family, they were outraged.
Yeah.
When they found out, no, the intent was to have women cooking outside of the home for strangers and not their family, then they became okay with it. Yeah. There's a campaign to destroy the essence of family from its roots.
Yeah. Absolutely. It's kind of ironic because a lot of modern women don't like the concept of submitting to your husband, but yet they submit to the boss.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Right? They work very hard at work. And they shut their mouth when the boss tells them do this without questioning them.
I've had a wife complain
I don't like this decision. I don't like that decision. That's why I didn't obey. And I said, when you went in school, you didn't like your instructor.
Yeah.
One instructor, you said you couldn't understand the English. She wasn't clear on English. You understand what she was talking about. You know, another instructor, you didn't like the assignments they give you. You don't like how they confuse you on when an assignment is due, when it's not due, so on and so forth. A lot of stuff you didn't like about school. I said, yet you graduated. You see how you function in school?
Yeah. I mean, even
Because you want to keep your degree together, but you don't want to keep your marriage together.
that's the degree. Is like the dunya. It's like the worldly matters, right? I mean, even with our parents, we love our parents, we respect them. Sometimes we don't agree with what they tell us, but we still have respect.
You have to.
Submit to that, right? As long as it's not in the haram, right? So what's wrong with the.
But guess what else though? Guess what else? So on that Kevin Samuels show, he says, so you want to get married? They say, yeah. You got your PhD? Yeah, I got my PhD. You got a dog? Yeah, I got my dog. Okay, so you want to get married? Yeah, I want to get married. Do you want to pay? You want to have children? 1 or 2 children? Okay, do you want to pay significant bills after you have children?
Mm-hmm.
They said, I would prefer not to, but if I have to, do you want to? They say, okay, I don't want to. I prefer to stay home with my children for the first 2 years. Okay, so he said, so are you willing to sacrifice your degree that you work hard for in order to be a stay-at-home mom for the benefit of the child? Mm-hmm. If your husband takes care of all the bills, yes. What's the point of your degree? Why did you delay marriage? So again, they are attacking family. The roots, from the roots of family, they are attacking family. So like when I did the gender wars, who wins? Men are only asking for the fitrah to return. Women are asking for the new thing.
Yeah, and it's becoming a trend right now that most people in the West now is going to the East that they marry like after 30.
Yes.
Which is actually not healthy.
Well, that's what we're doing. Alhamdulillah, contradictions, mashallah. The brother pointed it out, Brother Alejandro pointed out, contradictions. So now we move on to
What's poppin'?
Okay, it always surprises me. Anyways,
it's not a popcorn. It's like something else.
What's poppin'? What's poppin' is the topic. Does a weak ummah contribute Does a weak khutbah? Excuse me.
Yeah.
Does a weak khutbah contribute to a weak ummah? The khutbah, of course, is the Jummah Friday khutbah that we're referring to, because when an imam or someone gives a talk before a marriage, even that's called a khutbah. But so we're talking about the specifically khutbah Jumu'ah, okay?
The Friday sermon.
So does a weak khutbah contribute to a weak ummah? That is the question.
I know the answer.
You know the answer?
Let's end the podcast. Yes, and that's my
Okay.
salam.
We're out of here.
Done.
Assalamu alaikum. Anyway, so in the Quran, Allah Ta'ala tells us it gives us the purpose of the khutbah, okay? The purpose.
Yeah.
Some may say the illah, I don't know if this is the proper for us. I don't know if the fuqaha consider this illah or the reason to be, but Allah Ta'ala says, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim, bismillahir rahim, fas'au ila dhikrillah, okay? So to hasten, to rush to remembrance of Allah. So the khutbah is the dhikrillah, it's the remembrance of Allah Ta'ala. So Ibn Taymiyyah rahmatullahi alayhi, he said that if you are not warned of Allah Ta'ala's hellfire and reminded of the reward in Al-Jannah, then you have not had Jumu'ah. You have not had Jumu'ah, because there's a dhikrullah there. It's warning of Allah Ta'ala's hellfire, and it's also reminding of Allah Ta'ala's promise and His reward. So that is the dhikrullah, that we should be rushing to Jumu'ah, which they say that when the adhan for Jumu'ah is declared, everything else becomes haram for those that are mukallif, those that are responsible. Okay, if you're mukallif, you're responsible, meaning a sane Muslim, mature male, and not a slave, and you're not traveling, you're not sick, then you are qualified for Yomul Jumu'ah. So, you're talking about masculinity and all that, and you can't be an alpha male if you ain't attending Jumu'ah. You can't even be Sigma. You can't be a Sigma
What
male.
is that Sigma?
Sigma is, we can talk about that one day.
Okay.
It's important.
Sigma.
So anyway, as far as the terminologies, but nevertheless, the Hanafis believe that the khutbah has to only be in Arabic. In order for the Jumu'ah to be valid, the khutbah has to only be in Arabic. Now, the Desi people are known, a lot of the Hanafis within the Desi people, right? And this has a positive and a negative. What's the positive? The positive is that it forces them, and they're really keen on learning the Arabiya. Okay, they're not Arabic speaking people normally, not their first language, not their mother tongue. They tend to learn the Arabic because they want to understand the khutbah. They want to be able to give the khutbah bil Arabic to make the Jum'ah official. This is the Hanafi fiqh. Okay, the problem with that is that the Jum'ah is a dhikrullah. And Muhammad Sallam said, when you give the da'wah, you have to give it in the language of the people you're giving the da'wah to. So even if you had a captive of war, if they would teach 10 Muslims to read or translate or do some type of function like that, they would have their freedom. That's why translation is so important and things like that. And even Umar radiallahu anh was he approached this one fellow Sahabi radiallahu anhuma, and he was with this particular man, and Umar was so impressed by this man that he didn't know he was translating, like doing double language, like just quick with it. I don't know if it was Arabic to something. Umar said, "Subhanallah, this man can teach the children in the school." And the fellow Sahabi said, "No, Umar, this man is kafir," which tells us that kafir shouldn't be teaching our Muslim children in Islamic schools, which they are, in so-called Islamic schools. They are teaching our children. And they're wearing a scarf, and you'll never know that they're kafir, or they walk around with a beard. You'll never know that they're kafir, whatever. But nevertheless, long story short, this khutbah is a dhikrullah, and if you are non-Arabic speaking and someone just speaking Arabic, how you gonna get dhikrullah? How you gonna get it? So that is one issue that we have. As far as the khutbah of the Rasul Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam, okay, how did he conduct khutbah? His usloob, his style is, according to Jabir ibn Abdullah radiallahu anh, he reported that when Rasulullah sallam would deliver a khutbah, his eyes would redden. His eyes would redden. He would raise his voice, and his anger would intensify. Okay? To the point that it was like he was warning of an imminent military invasion. Like, that's how urgent Muhammad Sallam's khutbah was. Like, he was warning of a imminent military invasion. Some other reports, his face will become darkened. Okay? So again, this is the khutbah that Rasulullah used to give. This is part of his usloob, his style. Now, one sister, they were talking on Facebook, and this one sister said, "Walaikum salam, brother, it's Muhammad." So the sister said that, "What masjid did you go to?" And somebody replied, "Oh, I went to this masjid." And they said, "Oh, I don't like going to that masjid. That imam yells." You see how soft. And of course, as a woman, Jumu'ah is not obligated to her.
Yeah.
But the complaint was that this imam yells. This is the usloob of the Rasul Muhammad. Okay, this is his usloob, his style. Okay.
Sometimes they yell too much, man.
They yell too much.
Sometimes they're too loud. Even the microphone probably crack.
Well, it depends on what they're talking about too. Right?
Right.
Muhammad Sallam will talk about the Ummah's concerns.
Yeah, but I mean the topic has to be also relevant, not just like how to make wudu and you're shouting and yelling.
How else did the believers respond to the khutbah of Muhammad Sallam? They would cry. Many times they would cry. I remember brother from Jordan, I think, Tariq. He gave the khutbah. It's one of my first. I was used to hearing Wadatul Deen khutbah, Wadatul Deen Muhammad student khutbahs, and
were they good?
Sometimes it was like Sunday, man. It was I'm telling you,
like a Sunday
it was
church?
like Sunday service. I'm telling you, some of that stuff, man. I'm talking to the black people right now. Huh? You just split half the mass? What you doing? Anyway,
In the masjid?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So anyway, Tariq gave a khutbah one time. I'm sitting in the khutbah. That's the first time I cried in a khutbah. When I first became Muslim, I cried when I heard the adhan. I heard the adhan. Brother named Muntaz. My beautiful name, right? Muntaz, right?
It's excellent.
Excellent, yeah. So brother named Muntaz gave the khutbah.
Sound like a Desi, right?
No, he wasn't Desi. He was
Arab?
Nigri.
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 Yeah, I like that. I'm going to use that now, Nigri. Desi, Nigri, Arabi. Okay.
So what happens, he gives the adhan, and I cried like a baby.
She didn't cry like a baby.
I was like,
That was like laughing.
I just dropped a few. So anyway, thought he's giving the khutbah, and he's giving it like the Rasul give it, the same usloob. I'm not saying as
wanna compare,
good.
but
I'm saying, but
yeah.
this brother was giving the khutbah, mashallah, beautiful.
Yeah.
That's why brother Ali Ortega.
Oh,
I like the way he gives the khutbah because he's really passionate.
Yeah, yeah.
Really you gotta have a passion. The Khatib
Yeah.
should be passionate. Okay. So Tariq's giving the khutbah. Tariq says, they say the solution is to feed the ummah.
Yeah.
To donate the money and feed the ummah. He said, what do? We feed them, then the kuffar come and cuts off their head?
Yeah.
And I said,
Hey, you don't cry like that, man.
look, bro. Look, my tears came down and I couldn't stop them.
Oh my God.
I could not stop my tears, man. Bro.
Oh man, if I see you cry, I'm gonna laugh.
I was used to hearing extrapolate, extrapolate.
Ali Mike.
I was used to hearing extrapolate, like
Extrapolate, right?
and putting the ayn where the ayn don't belong, like a Allen Iverson ayn.
Yeah.
Look at the ayn anyway. So anyway,
Yeah. Oh my God.
so that happened at that time. So the khutbah should be, the Khatib has to be dynamic if he can be, charismatic, have a vocabulary,
To capture the attention of the audience.
yeah. Because bro.
Because there's some masajid people like sleeping, texting, sharing
There's
pictures.
a battle. There's a battle going on. If you cannot compete, if you cannot be a good orator, I don't care how good qari you are, then just lead to salat. Let someone else be dynamic and talk about vital issues, inshallah. Now the engagement, from usloob, the style, the engagement of Rasulullah. Okay, how did the believers engage the Rasul? How did Rasulullah engage the believers doing Jummah khutbah? Okay, we know you can't have any side talk. You cancel your Jummah. Okay,
It happens all the time.
it happens all the time.
All the time.
But you can't have any side talk, even if, according to Ahadith, even if someone's talking and you say, shh,
Yeah.
your Jummah's canceled too. Theirs and yours canceled too. So they talking, just don't look at them, just punch, Anyway, I'm being facetious.
Hey, my first Jummah, I saw somebody punch somebody. That was after Jummah, though.
Yeah, that was the
first. I was like, what the heck is going on here? Welcome to America.
Like, Assalamu alaikum, salam. That's how it went, right?
Yeah. I was like, what is going on, man?
Yeah, this was at the big masjid where the mayor and the council people go to get their bribes.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Jeremiah says salam. I can salam, Jeremiah.
Alhamdulillah.
Don't forget to y'all share this live streaming.
Share it and like it.
Yeah.
Even give us thumbs down.
Yeah.
I see sometimes it's better.
So, yeah, but it's kind of weird that these politicians, donate to the masjid. Why would they do that?
No, they don't donate. They donate to a politician.
No, some politicians donate to the masjid, don't they?
I don't think so.
That's what brother told me. Like this one councilman, pays to the masjid. It's a big sus.
Wait. He got to be getting more than what he gives. It's capitalist, man.
Yeah, it's a big sus.
Capitalists don't.
It's a big sus though.
What Alex Jones was talking about politicians? He was telling, He was saying about Andrew Schultz. Was telling Andrew Schultz like about the politicians. These people are demented.
Oh yeah.
He said people that are really good heart, they don't want it.
Yeah.
They don't want that politician. It's a dirty job.
Dirty job.
Corporate politics.
Yeah.
Corporate politics is a dirty job. So you got to be demented just to get in there. You got to be demented.
Yeah.
So anyway, the engagement. What was the engagement between the Rasul Muhammad Sallam and the believers? Okay, those entering the masjid were ordered to make tahiyatul masjid. They were ordered to make the 2 rak'ah. Okay, greeting the masjid. Okay, they were ordered. Have you prayed tahiyatul masjid? No, pray it now. This Muhammad Sallam giving the khutbah and he's engaging the believers. Okay, I mean before I said I said brothers, you're on your phone in the khutbah. I say is someone texting you a wahi? Is someone texting you a wahi? Is someone texting you revelation? I said if someone is not texting you revelation, then why are you not listening to the dhikr right now? Why are you on your phones? Brother, like.
And the music on.
I'm taking it personal.
Yeah. Leave the phone in the car. But how do you use it for emergency? Really?
Yeah, you got emergency
doing
doing Jummah. Anybody died doing Jummah deserve it. No, I'm just kidding.
You said that. You read my mind. Hey, you read my mind. You read
we have no Amu Yum Yum.
Yeah, I don't know now, but you read my mind, dude.
You always take away the Amu Yum. You got to put the Yani.
Wait, what is it?
You got to click the Yani.
It's not there.
It's not there anymore?
Yeah, it's all the time. I didn't know nothing, man. It's your computer. Just focus on the subject, man.
Don't tell me to focus.
Focus.
You're not the boss of me.
I am the boss of you. Come on, man.
Yeah, anyway. So
now you notice after 30 minutes.
Okay, Tayatul Masjid, the engagement, okay? Number 2, okay, the Muslim would often engage the Imam. For example, Muhammad Sallam is giving the khutbah and someone from the crowd would say, Ya Rasulullah, please supplicate for rain, make dua for rain. This is in the khutbah, okay? So I'm saying there's engagement there. You know, there's engagement. You as the Muslim in the Jum'ah, you can address the Khatib. You can tell him. You can tell him. You can address him, he can address you. But you can't talk side by side because the engagement is there from the Khatib to the Muslim, okay? That's the engagement. The third thing I'll mention is Muhammad Sallam, when he would hear, if he's leading Salah, okay, and he would hear a child cry, he would shorten the Salah even. It's part of Yom al-Jum'ah. The Rasul ila dhikra was Salah, okay? Rush to remembrance of Allah and the Salah. So that's part of the Jum'ah, the Khutbah and the Salah, okay? So if a child cried, he would shorten. He would shorten the regular prayers. Yeah. But Jum'ah, if the child cried, he would also shorten the prayers because he did not want to, he didn't want the women to be, what do you call that? He didn't want her to suffer any hardship knowing her child is crying and she's trying to have khushu' in the salah and it would inconvenience her. So that's the term I'm looking for, inconvenience. Today, we have cell phones. Brother swiping, you know?
Probably go to Tinder.
Yeah.
Or Minder.
A brother side chatter.
Oh, yeah.
You from Pakistan? I'm from Pakistan. Durka. You know, you can't do that. You can't do that in the khutbah, man.
It's a Durka.
You just saw this dude the other day.
Durka.
You went to Jum'ah. Oh, yeah, you come to Jum'ah. I come to Jum'ah. We are both at Jum'ah. Let's listen to the Negro. Can't do that, man. Come on, bro.
Oh, God. Man.
So anyway, and we have men walking in.
Because he gives the khutbah, so.
Men walking in wearing gold earrings, gold necklace, gold rings, and walking all swagged out, you know. SubhanAllah,
pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, this is Jum'ah. Now, and I told y'all the story before. You know, I have several prison stories, you know. So anyway, what happened was, so we're in Jum'ah in prison, right? So I'm giving a khutbah, and they had these. I'm gonna try to set the background for you. They got these big plastic chairs, and they're stacked up high. You know, the chairs are stacked up. So maybe you got like 4 or 5 chairs stacked on top of each other, chairs that fit on top of each other. So there's one brother, he's from Dallas or somewhere, you know, kind of little buffy, you know, and he has a gold chain on his neck with the it's like an anchor, like an anchor style.
Okay.
So told the brother, man, you know, come on, this is Jum'ah, bro. At least you don't respect yourself as a Muslim man. You wearing female jewelry. You know, you should, you know, respect yourself. But you don't respect yourself, respect Jum'ah at least. So the brother, I said, so he got close to me. We talking, and I looked, and there was a dude. It's a dude hanging on the anchor. I say, Jesus Christ!
You said Jesus? Did you say hallelujah?
Somebody in the back said, Alayhi salam.
From the back.
It was crazy, yo. This dude had a gold chain, gold anchor with a gold white dude on it.
Yeah, but he forgot to do this. No.
Anyway, I can tell you about that one day. So anyway, he loves it.
Rasulullah says salam and Sister Khadija says salam alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Alhamdulillah. So what happened was, I saw the little man, the golden white man, and I said, is that a Christian cross on your, I said, Yahi, why don't you, I said, you don't respect the Ummah, respect yourself. Respect the Jum'ah, you know? This brother said, bro, what you talking about? He got like real hype.
Defensive?
He got, in the prison we call it air in your chest. He had air in his chest. He getting all, you know, using his man voice. So I walked up to the chair. It was like 5 stack high. I sat on the chair like a king. I'm looking down at it. He had on a cross, you know what I'm saying? So I'm looking down at him.
Maybe he just became Muslim right now at that moment. There's a possibility.
Well, I think he was leaving at that time. Anyway.
I mean, maybe he just came to the
No. We were in the place.
Oh, okay.
We were in the place for months, man. So what happened was he he starts getting all like, man, I'll do this, I'll do that to you. He threatening me now, right?
Oh, wow.
So this older brother named Hassan, remember this brother, mashallah. He walked up to him. He said, let me talk to you, brother.
Yeah.
He said, you know, brother, man, like real cool. And that's the way you know him. He said, but let me tell you something about him. He said, he's not gonna let you just hit him, right? Like this dude right here is here for attempted murder. He said he ain't, you know, he ain't one of them. And the brother, when he finished talking to him, he calmed down.
Yeah.
Like really calmed down. And when everybody left, I asked Hassan, I said, what did you tell him? He said, I told him that, you know, that this dude, you know, he's gonna do something, you know.
Yeah.
You know, because like that was the place where if you're you're about to be free, you're about to get out. It was a 9 to 12 month rehabilitation program that you go back into society after being in the real rough prisons. This prison was considered Cadillac, you know.
Fancy.
So you don't fight there and stuff like that. So this dude getting all hype. He said, man, just because the dude ain't, because I said I was fighting on the regular prison, you know. So they didn't have nobody give the Jummah Khutbah. Because I'm in solitary confinement a lot of times. Until the brothers came and have a talk with me. They said, brother, look, you making us look bad. I say, but I'm hitting them because they disrespect the prophet.
Yeah.
Or they say something bad about Islam, you know. He's like, nah, bro, you can't be fighting, man. We'll fight for you. But, you know, we can't have you fighting because you got to, you know. So that's when I stopped swinging at people.
Troublemaker.
So anyway,
yeah.
back to it. You got cell phones, you got side chatter, you got gold chains, earrings. I mean, the Jummah is being highly disrespected. And I said this to the Desi brothers before. I said, if you are of the opinion, you follow the Hanafi fiqh, and you feel like the khutbah is not valid for you because I'm giving it and I'm not fluent in Arabiya, you know, I said, then why do you come here and disrespect the whole Ummah? Why do you answer your phone in doing the Jummah khutbah? Why do you, I'm going to take this, and you walk outside like you in church and talk on the phone? That call is that important? You know, I mean, it's really disrespectful. It's disrespectful. I'm going to keep saying something about it. I don't care. I don't like giving a khutbah. I don't like leading the salah.
How long have you been khutbah for? Almost like 2 decades? How long have you been khutbah?
Well, Majid Lukman almost 20 years, and then like just volunteer after that. Well, I was volunteering.
More than 2 decades.
Yeah, it's almost 3 now. 2.5, yeah. But nevertheless, so that is the issue with the engagement. Okay, now we go to the length of the khutbah, which is important, okay? Anyway, so the length of the khutbah, okay? So what happens? Ammar, radiallahu an, gave a very short and powerful khutbah. Ammar radiallahu an gave a very short and powerful khutbah. The people requested him to lengthen it. He said, brother, keep going, you know. But he refused, and then he quoted the hadith. Okay, Muhammad Sallam said, verily the length of a person's prayer, you know, and the brevity, the shortness of his khutbah are signs of his fiqh, his understanding. Okay, so lengthen the prayer, the salat, and shorten the khutbah. You know, in San Antonio, you got 45 minutes. Or Dr. Najjar, he gives like 45, sometimes an hour. He'll go, and then they make me at the class. They want me to do 30 minutes. Okay. Look, mine we used to do 10, 15 minutes.
And plus, the
khutbah was short.
Plus, you have some do the Arabic version first, then they do the English after.
Wait, and some of the like Islamic center where they give the bribes to the politicians.
Then you have 2 khutbah in the same day too, you know.
Yeah. I mean, you're allowed to do that because of the size of the population. But if you're doing that because of COVID, the dalil is to stay home. The dalil is not to change. But anyway, I'm gonna leave that alone. Okay. So the length of your prayer and your khutbah shows your intelligence, your understanding. Keep your prayers long and your khutbah short. That is where we get this hadith from Ammar, you know, radiallahu anhu. So today's long khutbah logic. Why do they make the khutbah so long today? The logic, they say, because people are not hearing the dhikrillah. People are not hearing Islam. They are so busy with their life. Well, also, I'm saying they are so busy with their life, they're about to go to hell. They say, so we're going to make the khutbah long so they can get all of the Islam they missed all week.
That is so illogical.
I'm telling you, that's what they say. They say, this is why we give it long khutbah.
Wow.
This is why we do it. That's what they said.
So that wasn't from the Sunnah then, just like something.
No. It's any adar, you know, I don't know.
Neither do I.
Anyway, so the khutbah should be shouldn't be an entire reading. Now, when I learned, I didn't study public speaking in university, but I read about it because I was really shy to speak in public. Now I'm not shy. I don't get nervous at all. I speak at university, college. You know, I don't care.
Yeah.
It can be 1 million people. I don't care.
Like, I don't care.
Echo. I don't care. Anyway.
What if you cry in front of 1 million people?
Shut up! You are beta. Anyway,
Beta.
So anyway, the Khatib, even if he reads the khutbah, which in our lands, check it out, you got a sheikh, he'll go to school for 8-10 years, become sheikh al-shuyukh.
Oh wow.
Sheikh al-shuyukh.
Wow.
You know,
Yeah.
so
Like milkshake.
Imam al-Ummah. You know, so anyway, so he becomes this big sheikh. But on Friday, they send him email what to read. So he's reading, big sheikh reading what little sheikh reading. And if big sheikh, stray from the paper,
Yeah.
gets in trouble. But here, you know, and in the West, a lot of times we don't have that problem.
Yeah.
Strange, right? So anyway, but the Khatib should not be reading the khutbah verbatim. And there's a style in reading. You would go, Khatib should not be reading the khutbah. This is a style. You would read part of it, raise your eyes, and finish the rest. You basically, you're reciting the sentence, you find the sentence, then recite the rest. You look down, recite the rest. You have to engage the audience with your eyes. I know a lot of imams be like this.
Hey, by the way, there's something quick. You see, what Amos Sadiq said, those who have 10 years of studies, Sheikh of Shuyukh, they can't do that. But a regular person, you know, like an average person that don't know, but they don't have
like me.
I
don't know.
They don't have anybody.
I make the wallahi. I make the khutbah when I get out of my van and I walk, or I get out of my truck, I walk to the masjid, maybe 50 steps.
Yeah.
I'm making the khutbah right then.
Just like in my business, I do the same thing.
I'm making it right then. You know, because and brother like, man, mashallah, man, this, you know, brother made a joke, brother Dion made a joke. He said, every time you wear that though, you be going.
The though has some power.
And really, it's because it's coming really from the heart.
Yeah.
It's not
from the heart.
It's not something that I'm, you know, robotically with the notes.
Yeah, so for regular folks, it's okay. If you're struggling, it's okay for you to kind of go and do the research. We're not talking about you. We're talking about the so-called people of knowledge that has, 10 years of university.
They have degrees, you know.
It's kind of weird that they have to read from a paper, right?
Well, I mean, because the Malik makes, the king makes them read it.
Yeah.
But we had a Turkish imam. That's why I wanted Jawaz to come. But they had a Turkish imam that was I don't know what is it about the people of Turkey. They recite Quran
so beautiful.
So beautiful.
My God, so beautiful, yeah.
Man, the Muslims of Turkey, they recite Quran so beautiful. Their adhan is beautiful.
Yeah.
The only thing about their adhan, sometimes they say Allahu Akbar.
All of them though, not all of them. I wasn't.
Yeah, not all of them.
I wasn't.
But sometimes they say Allahu Akbar. Akbar. You can't Akbar. Anyway, so
Akbar, Akbar.
So there's one Turkish imam.
Yeah.
Very, mashallah, it's so beautiful. I mean, sometimes you hear these brothers lead salah, you want to record it.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, so beautiful, mashallah. But he cannot give khutbah. His oration is not, bruh.
Was he very soft spoken?
Allahu Akbar. Oh.
No. What happened? Like, was he really soft?
Nah, bro, he's reading from the paper, yeah. He printed it out off of Google. I don't know where he got it from. He's just reading. There's no interaction with the Musallin, and he's not. And brothers are. I mean, it's hard, bro. It's hard not to fall asleep, especially if you're black.
How did I know that? Yeah.
But I mean, it's hard. Brothers be like, Allahu Akbar. I mean, you can blame the people that are falling asleep, but if we're going to follow the Sunnah of Rasulullah, we have to raise our voice. We have to be dynamic. We have to be passionate.
Yeah. And
we have to engage the believers. We have to engage them. Assalamu alaikum, ya akhi. Sit up. Sit up. This is important. Sit up. You know?
Yeah.
Tell people's kids, hey, stop. Sit down. Listen.
Yeah.
You're being distracted. Sit down. Listen. You know, I mean, hey,
Just like going to a business meeting.
yeah,
There's a speaker who talks and everyone's paying attention,
It's
right?
a respect. It's
Yeah.
a respect. You
Yeah.
put your phones on silent.
Yeah.
In Juma, no phone on silent.
Yeah. For the dunya,
Hello,
respect.
I'm at the Juma right now. Don't stop calling me. I don't like you either.
For the dunya, you sacrifice, but for the
Yeah.
deen, you're always gonna twist and make excuses and make changes.
So the long khutbah,
Yeah.
some masajid, believe it or not, or avoid it because of the khutbah. I'm not talking about subject matter. I'm talking about manhaj. I'm not talking about none of that. I'm talking about some masajid, I know for a fact, or avoid it because of the khutbah. And this is not a good look. This is not a good look. Ummah, right, they wanted him to go longer. You know, the shortest khutbah in history, Umar ibn Khatib, right,
Yeah. Attaqullah.
he came up,
Right.
Ittaqillah.
Aqim as-salah. That's it.
Yeah, that's it. Pray Allah, let's pray.
Yeah.
That was it. Believers, you know, they had enough with them,
Yeah.
but that was enough for them, mashallah. So the long khutbah, what's the problem with it? Problem with it, it's not haram, but it's not consistent with the sunnah of Rasul.
You have to be consistent, but at the same time, you have to be practical in a sense because you're trying to deliver a message that's going to have some sort of impact. If there's no impact, then what's the point?
We're in Dal Kufr.
Yeah.
Brothers are coming to Juma on their lunch break. They set their lunch break time up from the 1 o'clock or whatever Juma.
And you know what?
To the,
I'm sorry, but sometimes some of the imams don't respect their brothers.
No, they don't.
Because when they have a full-time job, they use the lunch. They cannot be late at work. They're gonna get in trouble.
Yeah.
So just make.
You know what else it does?
Yeah.
Where's your mind?
Yeah.
Where's your khushu'?
I'm thinking about work.
Gonna get
Can't do
fired.
that. Yeah.
Gonna get fired. You're working at the masjid. Look, your job would be holding the khutbah for the imam. Since you want to go long.
Right.
Anyway,
Since you
so
want to go long.
people are coming on their lunch break. You gotta be respectful.
Yeah.
Okay. Overwhelmed mother. The mothers are overwhelmed. The kid, they come in, they're trying to hear something, you know. The husband gave permission to come, you know. They're there, you know, they got the kids. The mothers are being overwhelmed. Be respectful. Be considerate, excuse me.
Yeah.
They're university students. They have to get back.
Had to go back to school too. Yeah.
And it's not, they're not being respected. So I would hope imams stop. I don't think any imams are listening to this. Because I ain't no imam. But anyway.
He ain't no imam, dog.
They say. Yeah. I'm really not, dog.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I got the job and I used to cry a lot. I go, anyway, so
if I see you cry next time, I'm gonna laugh.
The long khutbah. Now we go to the boring khutbah.
Ooh.
The boring khutbah is hard to stay awake. It's hard to stay awake when the khutbah is boring. I know the believers have to stay up. They have to fight it. They have to stay up. They have to stay up. But the Khatib could also assist us by following the sunnah of the Rasul Muhammad Sallam. Be passionate, be on point with the topics, valid, vital issue topics, and raising your voice, be engaging.
Yeah.
That would actually help.
Ask questions. I don't know, some imams don't even use questions. Of course, the Muslims know how to respond, but
it's rhetorical.
Yeah, so
but you're keeping them engaged.
Yeah,
you're keeping them engaged. You know, so the Khatib, the third point, the Khatib should be dynamic and captivating. Okay, the Imam of the Salah should be learned in Tajweed because why? Muhammad Sallam said, beautify the Quran with your voice. I'm not learned in Tajweed. So I don't even like leading the Salah. You know what I'm saying? I know some very long surah, but I'm too nervous to make a mistake in front of people that know Quran better than me. I'm nervous, so I admit it. Okay.
To study, man.
Yeah. No, I do, but I'm old.
I know.
I'm old for Tajweed.
Let's not make excuses. Come on, man. Hey, the father of the Arabic grammar was 40 when he studied. Come on. Stop making excuses, man.
That's true. It's true, but I have a job.
I don't know why. Black people always make excuses.
I'm gonna try. Maybe you can fry the Quran and fried chicken grease. No, I'm just kidding.
I'll get you some watermelon.
Oh man, this is too much. See, he just attacked my
hey, I'm done to encourage you.
He attacked my culture I don't have.
Yeah, I'm done to encourage you.
He attacked. No.
It's called tough love.
He said watermelon. YouTube.
Yeah.
We're gonna start a whole campaign against him.
Yeah, it's like you know, sometimes tough love is good. Yeah, tough man, you know.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, so The Qari Muhammad SAW said, beautify the Quran with your voices. So the Quran should be, somewhat beautiful when it's recited because it makes it's more enjoyable.
Yeah.
Okay, it's more enjoyable. Okay, so the subject matter has to be the Ummah's concerns near and far. Near and far. You can't just focus on where you are. You know what I'm saying? Because Muhammad said, whoever awakes in the morning without the affairs of the Ummah on their mind is not of us. So don't say you're of the Ummah of Muhammad Sallam when you're not even concerned about the Muslims in Myanmar. You know what I'm saying? You're not concerned about the Muslims in Afghanistan,
China
and Syria, and China, and so on and so forth. Don't say you're part of the Ummah of Muhammad Sallam. You're just a regular dude. What they call him a jag, just a guy. J-A-G.
Wow.
Jag, just a guy. You're just a guy if you're not concerned about the Ummah's affairs. So anyway,
it's like that guy was the Robert Jr., the one who played in Tropical Thunder. Yeah. I'm the dude disguised as a dude playing another dude.
So Robert Downey Jr. So anyway, Ibn Taymiyyah rahmatullah, he indicated that again, I mentioned before, if you're not warned of the hellfire and given the promise of Allah's promise of reward for the Al-Jannah, so on and so forth, with that balance, he said you missed your Jumu'ah. So that's going out to the Khatibs, I know it's not every Khatibs.
Yeah, but brother, Islam is peace and loving and can be scaring people all the time.
It's a soft and buffy and squeezy.
Why did you do the hand thing, man? Why did you do the hand thing? Come on, man.
The shoulders.
Come on, man.
The shoulders.
We have sisters in the audience, man. Come on,
brother,
don't do that.
I said Islam is soft.
I saw that. I saw that, man. You shouldn't. Watch out, man. Come on.
You're making up stuff.
No. Just go cry. Just go cry again. Go cry.
Anyway, so some discourage overseas mentions. You talk about the Muslims. I've been to Negro. I've been to certain masajid that they let everybody in, but they cater to a certain people, which is I don't know how you call that a masjid. But anyway,
masajid these days in America become like politics.
Yes. Anyway. Oh, they used to call our masjid the black masjid. The only thing black about that masjid was me. I mean, the people were from everywhere.
Yeah. I remember.
Everywhere. Yeah. All different manahij. It was. It was.
Yeah, we call this one Arab Masjid, the other one Desi Masjid, and.
Well, I don't say that.
Yeah.
They call masjid. Look, my black masjid. Matter of fact, I don't even get to that because but these people are twisted, man, and they run in the masjids and they have racist mentalities. But nevertheless, like I said, they discourage foreign overseas mentions, what they call it, foreigners, as they say. and they, I heard a brother was giving a khutbah one time. He said, "I'm talking to the black people right now. I'm talking to the black people."
Was he doing
like this? Are we done? Are we done? Because I'm like honey cocoa caramel. I'm not black. Yeah. So anyway, it was kind of like that, man. And I really felt bad that he's saying that, and we got Arab and Desi and
Indonesian,
and white,
and
Mexican. We have everybody in the masjid. He's talking to the black people right now. Like, why do we even come to Jummah if you're gonna talk to the black people? Yeah. Anyway, so you should give the khutbah statement of a sister. You should give the khutbah like Imam Fulan. I'm not gonna mention Imam's name. Yeah. He say you should give the khutbah like him. So I went to listen. Who's this Imam she speak of? Yeah. I'll say in New York. I'm not gonna give you.
Don't even go there. You said not gonna say it.
No, New York is big.
No,
New York is big. Not the city. I'm talking about New York.
Just
okay.
Stick to the focus, man.
Okay. So anyway, so she says you should give a khutbah more like him. So I said, let me listen.
How did he sound?
He's. Let me pick a topic. Yeah. I'm a freestyle. Okay. Pick a topic. I'm gonna do the version of how he gives the khutbah.
Okay.
Because he's not talking about vital issues.
Here's the topic. Sunnah cloth.
Huh?
Sunnah cloth.
I wear these clothes, brothers and sisters, because I want to be like the Prophet Muhammad. The Prophet Muhammad wore these clothes, and I'm going to wear these clothes. And they come to me, they say, Imam, why do you wear the clothes that the Prophet wore when he was clearly an Arab? But I like these clothes, and even if these clothes were not sunnah, if they were not sunnah, brothers and sisters, I would wear them because I like them. The air flows under my chest.
on with that one, right? You can use a different word, like like the balloon, the coconut. You don't have to use the T word.
I don't like those words. but anyway, that is my impression of
Oh
him.
my
But
God.
it's just it's not vital issue stuff. He yelled when you're not
Yeah, he was
supposed to
very
yell.
he was very passionate.
Very passionate, but Muhammad SAW will talk about vital issues. The believers will hear the khutbah subject matter and cry. He said it was like he was warning of an imminent attack from a foreign force, from a military force. That's how urgent Muhammad SAW was with the khutbah. Just because your octaves are all off. If you were on American Idol, they probably kick you off because your octaves you're not measuring your voice is not being measured. Your octaves are off, So anyway, she said I should get the khutbah more like him. And I yell, but I talk about vital issues, I talk about the Ummah, I talk about unifying with all the Muslims around the world. You say, well, what about San Antonio? I'm not concerned about San Antonio. I'm concerned about the Muslims around the world. So nevertheless, sing. That was my impression. Anyway, so
Yeah, that was a good one. That was a good one.
in 1258, the Mongols ransacked Baghdad. Khalifa al-Mustasim, okay, al-Mustasim, not
Mu'tasim,
Mu'tasim, but al-Mustasim,
Yeah.
okay, he was killed, okay, the Khalifa, okay. Ibn Taymiyyah, rahmatullahi alayhi, a little bit after that, he suggested or even ordered that nothing but the topic of jihad fi sabilillah be spoken about in every single khutbah. Every single khutbah.
Because of
Now,
that
what did
situation,
this
the
do?
condition, yeah.
It riled up the believers. Now, I'm going to tell you who else did this. They did it in Saudi. They did it in Pakistan. They did it in Jordan. They did it in places like that. But what was the purpose of them doing that? Because America wanted them to send forces to Afghanistan to fight the Russians, to deal the final blow to Mother Russia.
Yeah.
So they, jihad, fisbillah, and the Hurain, and all these, you go into Jannah and you get the beautiful woman and the see-through skin, translucent, and
Translucent.
she has kawaii wa atraban. She has
what's up with the hand?
I mean, it's Quran. Kawaii. I mean, she has she's buxom and she's of equal age, similar age as you. So anyway, this is what they did to send the believers to fight on behalf of America against Russia, calling it jihad fi sabilillah. But they didn't tell the believers they were fighting on behalf of America. Yeah. So in Jordan, when the Mujahideen got back that didn't die, when they got back, the Jordan people didn't want them there. Talk to them crazy. Didn't even want to give them jobs to work because they see people in Mujahid and they hate Mujahideen. All oppressors hate Mujahideen because these people will die. They prefer death over life. So they hate them. So even though they sent them on behalf of America, when they got back doing America's bidding on behalf of Jordan, Saudi, and Pakistan, so on and so forth, they didn't have a good faring with the government. Nevertheless, why Khutbah Jum'ah was only about the subject of jihad? Because Allah says in the Quran to rouse the believers to fight, rouse them. And what better is warning of Allah Ta'ala's hellfire if you coward, and reminding of Allah Ta'ala's reward if you achieve your shahada, so on and so forth. So anyway.
Yeah, and the point behind this, because we're trying to give you an example of even when it was used in the modern time, there was a political agenda behind it.
Yeah.
We're not telling you to go and do that. We're talking about there's an issue, you have the person, the khutbah, to address the problem, whether even locally, internationally, you still have to bring it up. When you were saying people are busy, okay, they don't probably Muslims probably don't even read the news because the news is full of crap anyway. Yeah. So they come to Jummah to see exactly what's happened to our Ummah, right? Yeah. So the Jummah becomes like information too, okay, you remind you, but don't forget your brother and sister overseas, and also locally maybe there's something wrong. Like when I used to get invited to university to give a khutbah, I used to ask the brothers, okay, what are the issues that you guys struggling right now in the college? I'm not gonna come and talk about Iman.
Yeah.
If there's an issue in college that the Muslims are going through, I'll address that in the khutbah.
But brother, we would like to invite you to give the khutbah. Any particular subject you would like? Inshallah, the journey of the soul.
Right. No, I'm not going to do that.
Muslims are being raped and killed. Yeah. Muslim men, women, and children are being raped and killed. And I'm going to talk about the journey of the soul.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that.
I'm not doing it. Yeah. I'm not doing it, man. Y'all, brother, can you talk about where is Allah? I say, are you looking?
You're looking.
That's the subject.
Yeah.
One brother say he bets his women like that.
Who?
One brother, he said he vets his women like that. He says, if he's talking to a sister, trying to get to know her, first question he asks her, where is Allah? She like,
Oh, yeah, because I know what you're talking about. Because Aqidah,
yeah.
to know the your understanding of the deen. Yeah, I think that's.
That's what I'm asking.
I don't know.
I ain't never asked one where.
I'm going to start asking that.
You know what I'm gonna say? You know what I'm gonna say?
Yeah.
The questioner knows just as much as the answer.
Yeah.
I'm saying? Okay, just as much as the question. Anyway, so the awliya, the governors, okay, continued khilafah function, even though they say for 3 years approximately the khalifa had died, and I don't know why they didn't revive the khalifa, but the governors of each wilayat kept it functioning. They kept
the system functioning.
Yeah.
Even though there was no khalifa for like a year or two, but the system was still functioning.
That's why even today you can still go on Muslim lands and you kind of get a feel of that it's a Muslim land. You still get that feel because Islam didn't all go away. The leadership went away, and people don't pray. I've been a Muslim country, and I know brothers know Arabic, don't know Fatiha. That's a problem.
Very problem.
Because that you can't the raka is not even valid without a Fatiha. You can't even say a Fatiha. It's sad. But nevertheless, another wisdom of why history is not a source of hukum sharia. Why? Because Muslims made many mistakes in history, but Muslims don't make those mistakes. Mas'um, you know what I'm saying? He was infallible. Ma'asum, he was infallible. He cannot make mistakes. In living the wahi, in speaking the wahi, in delivering the wahi, he cannot make a mistake in that. Allah Ta'ala protected him from making mistakes like that. Ulama can make mistakes. The Ummah can make mistakes. Leadership can make mistakes.
Yeah, and actually, those mistakes, like you said, it proves that they're human being, right? And secondly, it's actually good information because that means, inshallah, in the future, we're not going to make the same mistake.
Don't make the same mistake.
What's a big deal? I mean, people make that excuse, but they did this. So what's your point?
Yeah.
Like I don't understand. I mean, you learn from the past mistake.
Yeah. It's a lesson.
That's it.
Even the stories of the Anbiya Allah gives us before the Rasul Muhammad Sallam. Those are to learn lessons. Yeah. Those are not source of hukum sharia. Oh, you got to follow the sunnah of Imam Yusuf. You got to follow sunnah of it. How you gonna follow that sunnah? You don't have their life. We have the life of Muhammad Sallam, and you have just bits and pieces of Isa alayhi salam, Yusuf alayhi salam, Ibrahim alayhi salam, and you're gonna follow a whole sunnah. How?
You can't do that.
It's lessons. It's lessons.
At the same time, you can't compare the khulafa in the past. There's no way you can compare them with the installed leaders in the Muslim Ummah. There's no comparison. There's no comparison. Today. There's no comparison. Even though, let's say, some of the khulafa used their children and family to whatnot, but again, the system itself was the hukm Allah, right?
And the Muslims were protected.
Yeah.
Mashallah.
Yeah, everyone was, even the non-Muslims were protected too.
So
in some cases,
3 days and 2 nights became 2 years at this time.
Yeah.
The rule is you cannot, this is from Ijma' al-Sahaba, it's a source of hukum sharia, you cannot go more than 3 days and 2 nights without leadership over the ummah. This is a whole nother subject.
The people that follow the so-called sunnah, the safe people, this is the Ijma' al-Sahaba, right?
Oh, they are.
So the Sahaba spent 3 nights, right? You guys been how many, 80 years?
Don't talk about it, hate it, fought against it in the past.
Yeah, I'm like,
fought against it. Just like they rallied the Muslims of, I say, Saudi or Jordan and other places in Pakistan to fight the Russians in Afghanistan, to deal the final death blow to Mother Russia. They used people that's going to heaven to fight, to put the final death blow to the Khilafah.
So what is following the Sunnah in that?
On behalf of Britain.
Yeah.
So I don't think the Sahaba did that. Did the Salaf?
Yeah.
No, you ain't.
So anyway, so did that.
So after the official fall of the Ottoman Khilafah, this is in Turkey, right? Istanbul, Turkey, okay? The Indian masajid, the masajid in India, were talking about reestablishing Khilafah.
Yeah.
That was the buzz. They failed to reestablish it, but that was the buzz because that was the vital issue.
Yeah.
March 3rd, 1924, the Khilafah fell officially. The Khalifa was exiled.
Yeah. And not just that, even in some Arab countries, like later on, like even there was a historian from Kuwait was saying that you'll find some masajid that when they do the khutbah, they make the dua to the last Khalifa.
Yeah.
Even though the Khalifa wasn't...
It did it in Morocco.
In Morocco too, and in Kuwait. But even though that was abolished by this Zionist Kamal Arab Turk, the agent, right? They still used to make dua.
Yeah.
Right?
They're reading the old khutbah.
And not just that,
it was the habit. It was the habit,
And this historian from Kuwait, I forgot his name, Dr. I think Manna, he was saying that there were people like 90 years old. Yeah. Because they lived it, they saw it. They're like, let me go outside and fight with the Ummah. They're like, wow. Yeah. You know what I mean? Subhanallah.
It says, so if your imam never talks about al-khilafah, he never talks about an-nahda, revival. He never talk about ittihad, as far as the ummah is concerned, what makes true ittihad, makes true unity. If he doesn't talk about that, or the importance and obligation of it. I had a brother tell me, he said, it's from Islam, but it's not important.
But brother, how can you
Khilafah is the rule by Allah. Allah says, وَمَنْ لَمْ يَحْكُمْ بِمَا أَنزَلَ اللَّهُ فَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْكَافِرُونَ وَالظَّالِمُونَ وَالْفَاسِقُونَ. Whoever does not rule what Allah Ta'ala has revealed is a kafir, a fasiq, or a dhalim, and you say it's not important.
But brother, how can you talk about khilafah when people don't even go to the Fajr Masjid? Huh?
Because there were no masajid when Muhammad established khilafah. Khilafah was established, and they established the
when they use that silly, that's a silly nonsense. You know why? Because I know millions of Muslims go to the masjid in Fajr. So how many Muslims want them to go?
Okay, your group, the ones that say that, your group got hundreds of thousands, millions of people, right?
Yeah.
Okay, if your group got millions of people, Allah said, وَتَقُمْ مِنْكُمْ أُمَّةٌ وَتَقُمْ مِنْكُمْ أُمَّةٌ. Let some of you from the ummah rise up as a group. So Allah didn't call the whole ummah.
Yeah.
He said, وَتَقُمْ مِنْكُمْ أُمَّةٌ. So that means that you people that are going to heaven should do it. Should do it.
Yeah.
You don't do it. Like I told Imam Dawud Adib. Man Dawud Adib said, how are you going to have khilafah and you don't even get up for Fajr, to come to the masjid for Fajr? I said, I go. I said, do you go? I said, do you go? He said, yeah, I go.
Okay.
I say, I'm sure a few other people here go, right? I say, why don't us Fajrites, and I use this word, I said, how about us Fajrites work to establish khilafah?
Yeah.
Dawud Adib said, yeah, that sounds good.
He didn't say it like that.
In my humble estimation. Dawud Adib, that's his favorite thing. In my humble estimation, that's what he says.
How is he watching this? We'll give salam to you.
Salam Dawud Adib. Hey man, hey, you had too many slices of pizza that night, bro. You're supposed to have like 2 slices at the most a piece. You ate too many pizzas. I'm gonna let you know right now. I love the brother, mashallah.
Good brother, yeah.
I love the brother,
good brother, mashallah.
Yeah. So anyway, if your imam is not talking about an-nahda, revival, not talking about al-khilafah, not talking about the obligation and the importance of it, then you may have a spy on the minbar.
Oh yeah.
And the worst kind of spy is the one that's not paid, the one that he does the bidding of Allah's enemies. He does the bidding of Allah's enemies, but he's not even paid for it. Some people got smart. They can start getting paid by the kuffar. I'm saying, but it don't make no sense to do the bidding of the kuffar and you ain't getting paid. At least get you a Tesla.
Yeah.
Go to hell like this.
Hey, auto.
Yeah.
Go on auto, right?
Yeah. So anyway, al-khilafah, is al-khilafah not the vital issue of the day? If during the time of Ibn Taymiyyah rahmatullahi, they had to fight off the Mongols, the Tatars. Yeah. They have to fight them off. The Khans, Genghis Khan's predecessors and things.
Yeah.
They have to fight them off. Jihad fi sabilillah was the vital issue. So he said all masajid talk about nothing but that. San Antonio has just 7 masajid. I mean, maybe.
I think
some of them not even masjids, but
mashallah.
Yeah,
but I think there's officially like 3 masajid. I think
it's more than that. I think 5. I mean,
anyway,
I'm gonna say 7. He gonna say 3.
Yeah.
Some of them. I don't know. Anyway,
right.
So it's some place they go to get the bribe. Anyway, so nevertheless, if he made jihad fi sabilillah a topic because that was what we needed, then why don't the imams at your masjid talk about al-khilafah? I know they don't. Because a lot of y'all go to masjids where they hate the idea of ruling by Islam. They still under the Sykes-Picot Treaty, Sykes-Picot Agreement. They're still under that. Okay.
Oh, they talk about you have to elect. Talk about that.
They're more busy trying to get y'all to elect to dump Trump.
Yeah.
They're trying to get y'all. We gotta dump Trump.
And now
they're busy with that.
You pick this guy who's also bombing Muslim now.
Yeah. So anyway, it's not al-khilafah the vital issue for the ummah to speak about. So why we're not talking about that in the masjid today? It's been over 100. Well, it's been 100 Hijri years now. Not the Gregorian calendar, but 100 Hijri years now. And in 2024, March 3rd, it'll be 100 Gregorian years. From St. Gregory's calendar. It'll be 100 Gregorian years in 4 years. We're already at 100 Hijri years with the Khilafah not being established. When are we going to start talking about it? The masjid I attend is the only one that talks about it, and I'm the only person that talks about it. I don't know why they keep calling me back.
I think some of these masajid, maybe because they're scared they might get attacked by the media. They might associate them with the crazy group like in
I'm gonna say something. Let me shut up. I'm gonna say something.
Yeah.
Brothers.
Maybe.
Cowards, bro. Cowards. You know what Allah Ta'ala says about the cowards in the jihad? Allah Ta'ala tells us in the Quran that they won't benefit, they won't add to the forces. Allah says they'll be running to and fro, causing chaos. They don't fight in line. They don't fight, strategic. You go, I go, cover me. We're going to advance, bust the enemy upside the head. They don't fight like that. They go, they run everywhere. Allah says they be running to and fro,
like the cartoons,
causing chaos. They won't add to the force. Let them stay at home with the women. Let them stay at home with the women. You don't want a coward coming with you. But alhamdulillah, Muhammad said you can be a coward and still be a believer. So alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. So nevertheless, it's been 100 Hijri years, and we need to talk about these vital issues, inshallah ta'ala. Stop being scared, stop being a coward. If the Khutbah is weak, the Ummah will continue to be weak. We are weak sauce. We are weak sauce. And the kuffar is handing us our buttocks all around the globe. All around the globe, the Muslims are being handed, Muslims are being humiliated, and Allah is not helping us. Yeah. And we're still talking about, brother, I wear the Arab clothes because the Prophet wore the clothes that I'm wearing in my Go ahead, man.
I think the mic gonna explode.
Yeah, right. I apologize.
Okay. You know what I mean?
Now we're moving on.
Shaking my Muslim head.
Today we shake our Muslim head at the masajid
in America,
who told us,
right? Who
told us that we have to wear the mask because the local authority says we have to. Remember that they were fining us. They were fining. They just preach. Oh man, I hate when non-Muslims have bigger gazungas.
Ooh, okay.
Pretty good.
Yeah,
okay. I hate when non-Muslims have bigger gazungas than Muslims. There's a Christian minister who got arrested several times. He refused to counsel church.
He must be Alpha. I think.
Oh, he's Alpha Kappa.
Yeah, Alpha
Kappa.
Yeah.
He's Kalfa.
Yeah.
so anyway, this Christian minister got fined several times. They would arrest him from the pulpit, take him to, because he's having church. They take him, then they changed it. We're gonna fine each person that comes, not just the leadership. Remember, they were giving a fine to the stores at first. Then they said, now we're gonna start fining the customers. So anyway, he got arrested several times. After he get arrested, they would march down and get him out, and he would continue to talk. He said, it's against my religion to close the church. It's against my, and the Muslims, we close the church. The authority said close the church and wear the mask. Now, Governor Abbott, he said, no more mask mandate. I'm tired of this. 100% open, everything. And the masajid are still 6 feet apart. They're still 6 feet apart. And a lot of them, are not functioning, 100%. So you ain't gonna get fined. The governor said you won't get fined. The governor said you won't get fined.
So why follow before, not follow right now?
Yeah. Why you obey, your leader, the governor, the Kafir governor.
Then they say, one brother said that to follow the local law of the land is better than the state.
So that brother put the mayor above the governor. So imagine somebody disobeying the Khalifa because a wali or a governor told him, in Islamic, Islam, you be in trouble. Why you and that wali be in trouble.
Yeah, why select one entity, one organization? Why select their point of view when you have another point of view? Since you all talk about shura, difference of opinion, freedom of speech, freedom of ideas, but why pick one? Why not have a conversation about the other stuff? Why not investigate? Why not use your own aql, your own mind?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, it just sounds.
And you know what? There was an announcement that one doctor died of COVID. He didn't say COVID related. He didn't say COVID-ish. He said one doctor died of COVID. Please remember to make dua for him. See, people die. Why don't we say, this brother died of a car wreck? Why don't we say this brother died of this, or this brother died falling off of a bridge? This brother got hit by a car. Yeah. Why we got to keep bringing up the COVID?
You're emphasizing that message. That's
because that one person is what gets everybody to keep playing lottery. They put in, let's say the jackpot is $30 million. They put in $100 million buying the tickets, and they say let's give them $30 million. And then the government going to take most of that. So you might get 18. You might get 18 in your pocket.
Yeah.
Because they're going to strip 40% or better of that out of your money,
Yeah.
your lottery money, whatever. So you really don't get what they say on the billboard. So, but what keeps people still playing the lottery? One person wins.
Yeah.
Out of 300 million people, 400 million people, one person wins. So that's what keep people playing it again and again. That's that hope. So if you can say such and such died of COVID, well, some doctors refuse to write COVID because this is not a COVID death. But they don't give us no money if you don't say COVID. Put down COVID. I refuse. Okay, we'll fire you. They fired doctors. Doctors had to get other jobs.
Yeah,
other
when you even
hospitals.
work with a couple of clients locally here
Yeah.
that they actually disagree with the media and the establishment sentiment, and they got fired. But you don't hear in the news because the news are one-sided, right? The main it's funny.
Pushing the agenda.
It's funny because the same mainstream media that used to attack the Muslim and Islam for years, and the politicians that attack Islam and Muslim for years, right? And now I'm gonna believe them. What is the logic in that? Like I'm trying to understand, like, what is the logic in that?
So you Muslims that made me wear a mask giving the khutbah, in the last 3 Jumu'ah, I didn't even wear it. I think the last 2 or 3, I didn't wear it. And I'm not bucking the system because when you first walk in on the Sadaqah box, there's free masks right there. I just forgot. I forgot. But if the Muslims make me wear it, I'm going to sue them, and I'm going to call the governor, Amr Abbott, and sue the Muslims and reject Islam.
We're not gonna do that.
Anyway, so for those Muslims that said you were obeying the laws of the land, which there's no evidence in Islam. Yeah. Anyway, so those Muslims that say they were obeying the laws of the land on this point are now going against the laws of the land on the other point because it fits their narrative. For you people, we are shaking our Muslim head. All right, we got through it.
Alhamdulillah. Let's see what we have. A couple of salams from Alejandro, Isa, Jeremiah, and Asadullah, and Amir.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Let's see. Amir, Khadija, Amir's mom.
Yes.
Let's see. Asadullah. This is the issue I have with the khutbah here in the North Carolina. The topics are abstract in many areas, but there's hardly ever any mention of what is happening to our ummah across the globe.
Yeah.
The other issue overseas now, you have khutbah that is also like handed by the government, so that's another problem because those Muslims can't even hear the vital issue either because the government's going to handle.
But that's been happening for years, a lot of places.
But it's funny.
Some places it's new because they had the imams under control, so there was no need to print the khutbah for them.
You see, back in the 80s when I was in Mecca, back in the 80s, mashallah, the ulama and shaykh used to speak, right? But even when they address the issues of the overseas and other problems, they're never, of course, going to directly talk against the king, anything like that, right? Even then, it was a controversial thing. But this few years ago, when I went back, I was surprised during the Eid Salah that all the masajid had the same exact topic. Yeah. So when I asked my family what's going on, they said, well, right now, Wazarat al-Awqaf and Da'wah, the government branch of the so-called Islamic organization, they are the one basically sending the subject of the khutbah has to be this way. So...
Well, like I say, many places were already doing that.
Yeah. Like in Libya and all those other places.
They were already doing that, and like I've heard them read the khutbah.
Morocco, same thing.
Remember the imam in the Kaaba? He was leading salat, leading tarawih. And he made du'a. Oh Allah, please destroy America, destroy Israel. Mm. Oh man, they got him out of there. Like, how dare you make dua against Allah's enemies?
Yeah.
How dare you? They got him out of there. The land of Tawheed.
Yeah.
It ain't the land of dua. You can't make dua. You can do some Tawheed, I guess. Whatever they
do. Yeah, according to the West, according to the Western philosophers, he should have made that though because of freedom of speech, right?
Exactly.
Right, but hey, not gonna happen.
But anyway, so that's another episode. We have accomplished it, mashallah. We played at You Benefit.
Don't forget to share.
Share, like, dislike,
comment,
subscribe. So you'll know when it's coming. You'll get the updates, so on and so forth. Tomorrow we're doing X-Factly. Tomorrow we're talking about pressing the reset button. New partner, new possibilities, new relationship. Making yourself vulnerable. Is that better for new relationships, or is it best to keep your guard up? We're going to discuss that, inshallah. We got a sister, Ainisa, she is coming as a guest. She's going to zoom in and give her opinion. We argued prior. I hope she keep that same energy. Bring that same
When you
energy.
don't know, now you know.
Yeah. All right. Thank you for viewing. Please like, share, subscribe. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam.